What up, what up, what up, y'all? I am your host, Young Smoove, and I'm alone, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? To you, I know my boy Obese out there, you know what I'm saying? My boy is truly working so super hard, so super diligently. Shout out to his new studio and just the boy is killing it. He is killing it. So I still wanted to bring a show, maybe a little bit quicker than most of the normal shows, just because I really want to get into this journey. I'm not about to waste a whole bunch of time today at this particular point, so I definitely want to get into the thing of the thing of the thing. So, you know what I mean? All of the things, some of the things, most of the things, thing of the thing. Yeah. And yes, I'm doing this whole light thing because I don't know, it's just how I feel today. Um, so let me just make sure. All right, well, before we'll go in here, we'll do this. So, as always, you know that you can go ahead and catch us on SoundCloud, iTunes, TuneIn, Google Music, which is YouTube Music, Google Podcast Player, Spotify, um, and also right here on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Why? Because it helps us grow, makes us better. I'm just saying. And I want to say shout out to a lot of y'all because I actually looked at the analytics and I'm like, oh, y'all actually are watching some of this stuff. So I really appreciate it. I did talk to some of the people that I really want to go back in and do some interviews for. So I'll be doing that probably more separately on this page by itself. So that will be happening, and we'll do that all via StreamYard as well. As you can see, the Cash App is also at the bottom. Send your boy $1 because until I get it monetized, I got to do what I got to do. It is what it is, and hopefully we'll get the quality better. We'll do a whole bunch of other shit. So these are the things. I did take a substantial break for a minute, and my reasoning for taking a break was I just mentally needed it. I needed a break. I needed a break because all of the drama, all of the bullshit, and as much as I love hip hop, because I do, and that's what we primarily like to promote and talk about music in general, which is my shit. It gets a little hectic from time to time. It gets a little hectic to be in spaces and looking at the same shit and people just arguing about dumb shit and then you ain't getting no music. But it's not completely the case right now. So I was looking and I was like, oh, is there more? Is there new music? Is there anything out there that is noteworthy? Right now, I have found Sheep has a new single with Hibiscus. I like that. That was good. French Montana also has a new single with Yes I Do. Um, New album alert. Y'all, if y'all are not into Coco Jones, I don't know what you are doing with your life. You need to get into the Coco Jones of it all. This is one of the greatest R&B albums. Also, one that I did not select and mention that I also need to go back to. Babyface just did like a girls' night out. So basically, it's all females on there as well. That is one of those things that you definitely need to go and check out. Um, for all my people that love P Valley, Juicy Fruit has a mixtape. Okay, it's called Down in the Valley. Make sure that y'all go and cop this mixtape. This mixtape is dope. It gives you all the P Valley feels. I'm very, very distraught that P Valley is not supposed to be coming back until 2024. But since we're moving into 2023, I guess we can wait another year. I'm assuming that's a lot. Anyway, um, and everybody that want to be fuck nigga free, don't forget that Glorilla has officially dropped her project. It's called Anyways, Life's Great. So make sure that y'all go cop that. Also, um, another great combination with Lex Luger and Juicy J, Crypto Business is it's good. It's actually good. I actually was listening to it today. I do absolutely love it. So we're gonna move into quickly into Ratchet and Ridiculousness. However, before we do, first thing in Ratchet and Ridiculousness is King's Disease 3. I am absolutely super ecstatic about it. Um, Nas has a couple of great songs on here, but he is taking it back to the Nas roots. I love that he addresses when people say, which by people I do mean me, that Nas can't pick a beat. He talks about that. My other favorite is my favorite song on there is called First Time. And it's kind of like when's the first time that you heard Nas? Am I good? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me make sure. Um, yeah, because that looks bad. Okay, there we go. So it was like, when is the first time you heard Nas? And I was like, yeah, that shit is so dope. Then in addition, he also had what was my other favorite? Oh, Beef. Beef is my other favorite. Is definitely my other favorite. Um, love, love Beef. So make sure you go and check all of it out as well, because those are some of my favorite songs on this project right now. I'm going to get more into them. I'm going to listen deeper into it and probably come back with a little bit more in it. I am hoping that we are not lagging, but it is what it is. Anyway, moving on, Jeezy reunites with DJ Drama on Snowfall mixtape. Haven't gotten into this mixtape yet, but I did just recently download it, so I am super excited about that as well. But Jeezy is back to feed the streets with Snowfall, the latest entry in the Gangsta Grizzlies mixtape series. The project marks a reunion between the Snowman and DJ Drama, who worked together on the now classic Trapper Dies 17 years ago. That is 17 years ago. Y'all, we are getting old. Just want to put that out there. In addition to the single, I ain't gonna hold you, which is actually, I have heard that track and I've heard that track several times on I have heard that track several times on Shade 45, which is really, really, really good and it's a great place. Let me tell y'all something. Me and my coworker were talking about it. We were talking about literally, I never listened to anything else but Sirius XM. Like I refuse to listen to anything else but Sirius XM at this point. I really do. So I am hoping and praying to God that we're not lagging, but it looks like we may be. I look a little frozen on one end, but if I am, put that down in the chat. Let me know, and we'll see what we can do to try to fix it. Anyway, moving forward. So Jeezy talks about me and Drama always had an amazing chemistry because there was no judgment. Jeezy told the Big Facts podcast it was more so getting back with Drama and just getting back in the mode of making what I want to make. It's like a natural element. I agree with that. I think that sometimes like a lot of artists kind of steer away because you want to venture out and do other things. But sometimes when you find that chemistry and that rhythm and it's hitting on all cylinders, you go for that. That's what you go for. You make that happen. So what I am in love with, and that also goes for Nas too. Like Nas is really, really huge on yeah, this weather is killing the stream right now. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going on. I don't know how it's going to all turn out, but we'll find out because I know the stream is like jacked at this particular point. Hopefully some of this will work itself out. We don't know. You guys will get this, and at least you'll get the audio version as well. So there it is. In addition, so oh no, like I was saying, with Nas, what I love and I absolutely love is that this new chemistry that he's found with Hit Boy is killing it. Like that new chemistry is amazing. This is the third project where we're talking about in King's Disease that is it's fire. The first one, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold you. The first one, the first King's Disease was like, oh, this was everything that I missed. But I do feel like it's every era of Nas in all of these different ones. Like I almost feel like the first one was Esco, the second one was more Nas, and this is more Nostradamus. Well, no, I take that back. I think it's the other way around for the last two. I think it's more Nostradamus in the second one, and then this is more Nas in this third one. And I think it's just different iterations of it all, and it's so good. So again, make sure y'all check those out, and also make sure you check out Jeezy with DJ Drama on Snowfall, because again, an instant classic. Moving on. 50 Cent says Eminem doesn't get enough credit. Read through some of this article as well. I also do believe that. I believe that Eminem does not get enough credit for pioneering and ushering in a couple of new ways to look at the way, like, Shade 45, as far as it being on SiriusXM, has been one of the main staples of SiriusXM radio for quite a long time. It's not surprising, like maybe the Howard Stern show per se, but just in general, it is, which I actually don't listen to. Surprisingly enough, like I listen to everything else but the Howard, and I thought I would, but the Howard Stern show is probably the only show on SiriusXM that I don't listen to. That is something. That's something to think about. That is something to think about. Anyway, but it also goes on to say he says that hip hop, with it being mainly a Black culture, hip hop is Black music without a question. And unfortunately, for some people, it's tough to accept that you got a white artist that does it better than a lot of Black artists. And no shade, no shade. It's not a thing. Eminem pioneered a. It allowed white boys to get their shit off and still feel hip hop. It allowed Black people to talk about things in a certain kind of way and still feel him, and it just felt authentic. It like before 8 Mile, before all the rest of that stuff, it kind of felt like, yo, this is somebody that's on the grind. It's somebody to look out for, and you're watching it, and you're like, you know what? This dude got it. This dude got it. So shout out to Eminem. Congratulations on all the success as well. Moving forward, I told y'all I'm blowing past this because I really, 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 really want to go into the journey, because that's my favorite part. So moving on, the Offset thing. I'm sorry, the Takeoff thing. Takeoff, rest in peace, Takeoff. I actually found that out via SiriusXM, and via Shade 45 as well. That day, that morning, and this is about like 2 weeks ago at this point, almost 3 now. And it is so senseless. It is so senseless. And what I hated about the aftermath is a couple of things. I hate that we feel as though now we need a town hall for this. People are like, oh, the hip hop's influence and all this. Hip hop is always influenced. Hip hop influences the way the world works, to be 100% honest. I've realized now that in corporate America, I am able to listen to songs via certain radio stations and be in the office, and it doesn't affect anyone like it used to. Even sexually explicit songs, surprisingly enough, don't really, like if they're just background music, nobody really pays it as much attention as they did back in the day. Like being in I'm not going to air quote it because it's still professional, but being in a professional environment, I love the company that I work for. Again, I've always loved all the companies, and I've worked in the last 4 or 5 years, kind of. Actually, I'm sorry, we're in like the 5th, almost 6 years of this podcast. I've kind of done a couple of other things in the standard third. So, this rain is killing it today on this. I definitely see the freezing in the leg, so I do apologize to anybody who is watching, and do hope that the audio will be much better. Anyway, so I literally see the shift in the way that culture is working now. And I see the shift in how we're presenting everything else. You know what I mean? Like, I see that there is a complete shift in the way it feels and looks, even in dress, in a business casual setting, because it should be about the work, and it shouldn't be that you're tied down to a multi-suited kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay, this is crazy. Um, I remember starting and being in such a professional capacity that I would hide the fact that I even had tattoos. Now, as long as they're not offensive and it's not like I have a swastika on my face, nobody cares. Nobody cares. My tattoos are not offensive. They're really not. Like I have um I have Chinese symbols, which as a matter of fact, I am gonna get a cover up. I'm not gonna lie. But I got like Chinese symbols. Um I have a lion's head and my zodiac sign and a microphone. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really as it's not offensive at all, to be honest with you. So there's that. But I have seen how culture shifted. But getting back to the takeoff thing, I did not realize until this happened that there are so many. You know what? Actually, that might be one of the reasons too. Hold on. That there are just so many artists and rappers that are dying and are being senselessly murdered. And I'm like, yo, this is really happening. Like we're like it's one thing. You gotta think about it as being a product and a child of the 90s. Our main rappers that died, there were two, and the rest of the streets was like, hey, yo, this is too much. There were two main ones. There's not something every 6 months. Like, this is crazy. It is ridiculous. Like, yo, we lose Pop Smoke, we lose Nipsey Hussle, we've lost Takeoff. And people that we've lost, PNB Rock, like, and mind you, I don't want to sit here and tell you like, oh, like with these artists, like, yo, definitely 100%. I love these artists, these my favorite. No, a lot of it, I didn't even really get into most of the music. Like, I'll be completely honest. The only reason, and y'all know me, you already know what I'm about to say. The only reason I even got into Pop Smoke was because of Welcome to the Party and Nicki being on the remix. That was the main reason that I got into it to begin with. I was like, all right. But then I started really liking him, and I was like, yo, he kind of gave me like an X feel, like a DMX feel a little bit. And I was like, oh, I can rock with this. I'm all right with that. I never really listened to PNB Rock, but God rest his soul. And again, something senseless. Something senseless. I even now to this day, just because Migos were so, and I'm mad, and I pray for them. I really do. I pray for Takeoff and Quavo because where the lines were blurred, where their relationships were at this point, it was really ugly. So I'm grateful that everybody came together. But I still up at the top have one of my first Funko Pops was the Migos, and I still have it to this day. Not like it's been that long, but I still have the the Migos up there, and it hurt my heart because I was like, yo, not him. Now, you fuck ass media sources, because I didn't get a chance to say it, so I'm going to say it. TMZ is a fucked up media source. It should not be your main source of information. Number one, like that is evident. Sorry, it should not be your main source of information. It just shouldn't be, because the fact that when it comes to our stories, they don't give a shit. When I say that they don't give a shit, they don't give a shit. When it came to the Kobe Bryant story, why did they break it first? Like that, before ever notifying the wife? And you're not talking about just a husband. You're talking about a mother and a child that both perished. Why do we care? Like TMZ with the Kevin Samuels thing. I'm not to say that man was a great man like that, but at the same token, again, We are so quick to run to the internet, but nobody cares about the people. People are still people at the end of the day. Like they still leave loved ones. They still leave loved ones. We should also think about that. In addition, e-news. E-news. Y'all do the Kardashians. That's what y'all do. That's y'all lane. Y'all do the Kardashians, bitches. You feel me? That's y'all lane. Stay there. Do that. Okay, handle that. We don't all look alike. Don't put motherfucker Offset's picture as Takeoff's picture and saying that Offset was the one that like y'all don't dabble in black culture like that. And that's fine. And I would respect if you say that you don't dabble in black culture and move the fuck forward. Because that shit right there, unacceptable. Unacceptable. But I did hear that the funeral went well. I heard that there were a lot of different people that came through, even down to Justin Bieber and Chloe Bailey. So that is awesome. Lastly, to brighten the mood just a little bit, as we're reaching almost the 21-minute mark, because I told you this is going to be a quick show. Bang, 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 bang. You missed it. You blink, you miss it. I don't give a fuck. I realized what made all of that, and I apologize for anybody else in the beginning. I think I realized what was making the stream lag, and that was actually the lighting flashing was actually probably not the best idea because it's not happening now. So hopefully in the first couple 20 minutes, you didn't really miss anything. Just going over the ratchet and ridiculousness. Again, love it, love hip hop. It is what it is. However, on a positive note, Chris Brown is to release a new Christmas music, which is really great. It's about to be a breezy Christmas. Chris Brown is giving fans some new music that is sure to put you in the Christmas spirit. We are well close to Christmas. If believe it or not, this year is almost over. I am freaking ecstatic. I will tell you why in a minute. Um, Taking to his Instagram story, he announced plans to drop an original Christmas song just in time for the holidays. He quotes, I am making a new Christmas song this year. Been too long, he wrote while seemingly revealing the title, It's Giving Christmas. Not mad at the title. We'll work it out. You never know. You never know because Let It Snow became a thing. All I Want for Christmas became a thing, and those were original songs as well. So It's Giving Christmas might give Christmas the way Christmas needs to be gave. Who knows? I don't know. This would not be the first time that he's released music for the holidays. Breezy's famous cover of Donny Hathaway's This Christmas. Let me tell you something. Love, hate, whatever for Chris Brown. But when I tell you that goddamn This Christmas that he did, and when he was in the movie Indifferent, at that point I was like, damn, bruh, you got it. You got whatever that is. So I'm excited, like I said, to see a Chris Brown Christmas, maybe a Christmas album. Maybe do like Destiny's Child did, do 8 tracks. Just do, 8 days of Christmas, 12 days of Christmas, maybe at best. I knew that Christmas was upon us when I went to go pick up an order for Grubhub, and I was actually going to the tropical smoothie place, but next door was a Starbucks, and the Starbucks was playing Let It Snow. It was November 1st. I said, what the hell is going on? We already in the, like, this year has gone by tremendously. All right, that. Ranching and Ridiculous out of the way. Just had to make sure that we get that. And I'm very, very happy that is over because it's a lot I needed to go into. All right, so this morning, well, first of all, let me do this. Let me take a sip of water because it's good. It's good shit. Because all this talking gonna be what it is. All right, so back. So, I wanted to talk about my journey. Okay. And that's why this title of this episode, as you can see, it's called The Journey. So I wanted to talk about my a life-altering journey, which I actually should have put that in there. I wonder, do it now? I don't have time to get that. Or do I? So with this journey, I have completely just been changing. My life has been changing my guys, my guys and my girls. Like my life has literally been on one. I don't want that to come up, but I most definitely have been in this space. Well, first of all, if you're looking at me, um, it has. I don't. I don't even look the same. I don't even look the same from the top of the pandemic, and I have to say that, like, and I have to say it because mentally I didn't believe it at first. I was like, oh, okay. Because when you're in your body and you're working out super hard and you're doing all the things and you're just trying to, make it happen or whatever, you're like, okay, cool. You got this. You're just doing it. You gonna make it happen. No problem. All right, that. So I really got to a point where I was doing the pictures and the picture, if you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, I posted it on all of them. The picture in the tank top was 2019. Okay. And it was like in the latter part of the year 2019. So it was moving into 2020. So it's technically been almost 2 year journey. So then we get through 2020, and 2020 is a shit show. Y'all already know that. 2020 is a shit show. It's a shit show financially. It's a shit show, just period. You're just like, oh my God, what the hell are we going to do? We don't know what this country's going to do. We're just like, fuck it. Cool. So actually, if you go back on my Instagram page, the first thing that I posted was the Rona ain't going to get me and some shit that I said, whatever. And then I'm like, okay, I have like couple of bottles of Hennessy, some Tito's, some Heinekens, so on and so forth. I drank all that shit, and I drank all that shit by myself, and I drank every day. How unhealthy of me. So then, at that point, we fast forward through 2020, and I start to get to this point where so much stuff is starting to happen. Stuff has happened to my brother. Me and my brother are not my stepbrother, but my brother nonetheless. But we're around the same age. And I'm like, bruh, what the fuck? Like, this can't be happening. So I'm like, yo, like, I literally was, I think it was the year, was it 2021? It was either 2020 or 2021, one of the two. What was it? Yeah, it had to be like 2021-ish. So for my birthday, I'm outside with all my people. You feel what I'm saying? So outside, living my best life. But never realizing and really thinking that my brother is actually in the hospital for his medical conditions and heart conditions and blood clots and all of this shit. And I'm just like, oh. So I look back on that picture fondly of everybody being outside. Remember that night, and that night was so great, and I loved it. And I was around all my people and my sisters, and you know what I'm saying. My sisters came out, and it was just I really had a really really good time. But it started me in this path of thinking because I had already tried before. There was one point where I lost 20 pounds, and I was like, yeah, I'm in it, I'm in it. And then somewhere along the line, I just said, fuck it. And my mindset kept going to this place of just kind of being like, fuck it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. Apparently. And I'm summarizing that because that's pretty much where I was. So when we get no, and you know what? And then when we get in 2020 and y'all see me and there is videos of me like decorating this room and painting and all of this shit. And I am huge. I look back at those videos and I am like, oh, wait a wait a minute. So fast forward, we get to the end of 2021, and then things start just going bad. Things just start going horribly. Um, I get my car gets hit by a deer. We're still in the middle of the pandemic. Um, I then I lose my job. I had to get another job. I now we're moving into 2022. And in the process of doing that, I was always like, okay, look, now I'm at the new job, I'm going to settle down, and I really am going to try to figure out a schedule to focus on this. And at that time, it was like the podcast was in between, and it was just so many things were just up in the air. And I believe that when things are up in the air like that, that's God's divine way of telling you, stop for a second, take stock in all of the things that are happening, because you have to see it for what it is. Okay, God, I hear you. So finally start getting everything on track. When I tell you I love my support system, every single person knows who they are, and I don't have to name you, because when I tell you there were so many days that I was like, I don't give a shit anymore. Like, I just don't care. I'm tired of being grown. I'm tired of being an adult. That sentiment still rings true, though, because I am exhausted of being a fucking adult. This shit is for the birds. It's the ghetto. Somebody should have said something. I don't understand why y'all ain't saying nothing. But everybody want to grow up fast. Don't grow up fast. Be a kid as long as you possibly can. Because if I could have a juice box and some motherfucking Rice Krispie treats and some gummies, I'd be perfectly fine. So we get through that, and then I want to get into April, because April is my turning point. Now, mind you, at the time I start off and I am roughly about 265 pounds. Doesn't sound like a lot in the grand scheme of things. It wouldn't sound like a lot if you were a bodybuilder. It wouldn't sound like a lot if you had muscle. However, I am 5'4". I'm a short person. 265 pounds at 5'4" is ridiculous. It was ridiculous. My body I had so much. Now, mind you, before I go into what happened, what was going on, I had I had already stopped eating red meat. I had already stopped eating pork, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about what that was as well. But in the pain department of it all, I had so much pain on my feet. Sometimes they were peeling. I had a inflammation on my side that I didn't realize that was what that was. And I didn't realize that was what that was until I stopped eating red meat and started really taking care of myself. So I then got to April. And around April, I want to say April 25th, 26th, something like that. I was like, all right, bet. Let's figure out how to work out. Next month, lost a job, and then had to go get a new one, like in a week. Like, it was a lot. Now, again, a lot of shit happens. A lot of shit happens. Whether that's me, whether there's divine order, there were things that I just wasn't listening to and wasn't doing in accordance with what that was. But within the 2 weeks before my termination, I was like, yo, let me just be consistent. It's going to hurt. When I tell y'all, I just was like, I'm going to exercise. So now, I've now added, I have cut out red meat. I've cut out pork. I have cut down my carbohydrates and cut down my sugars. Never gonna lie to y'all and tell y'all that I've cut those out. That is a fucking lie. I love it. It still is what it is. So I then go and say, all right, I'm gonna work out. Now, the catalyst for this was the fact that my coworker, who I still bang with at the time, Bidanks, you already know. So this nigga was like, every day before I get down to not working at this job anymore, nigga like, yo, I'm going to the gym. Yeah, I'm about to head out to the gym. But like, once he gets to that 5 o'clock hour, he about to head out to the gym. I'm like, I need to do that. So somewhere in my mind, it clicked. And I got to this point where I was like, all right, bet. I'm going to go ahead and just go to the gym. I said, whoa, pause real quick. We still got a fucking half a pandemic out this bitch. I'm not going to the gym. work out at home. Let me figure this out. So a workout at home is maybe even a little bit more difficult than going to the gym. I'm gonna tell you why, because your home is your sanctuary. So with your home being your sanctuary, what you're not gonna do is you ain't ready to go work out. Fuck you mean? So prior to this, a couple of years before, my wife was actually in a weightlifting competition. So she had equipment and we've had equipment for quite a while, even if it's just the bare minimum basics. You feel me? But it is actually not like I got some shit to do some shit with, and I'm like, all right, bet. So she kind of fell off and really didn't do it like that. And so on the other side of the door of where I am in this room, I'm like, oh, we got this stuff down here. Like something gotta get to some kind of use. You feel me? Now, I was very strict on the diet. I was eating a lot of salads, drinking a lot of water. I was very, very much so counting my carbohydrates, all of those things in the beginning. I definitely was. Um, However, eventually I got to this point where I'm just like, listen to your body, and I'll go into more detail about that in a minute. So then we go back to the bank situation. So, like I said, my man Banks is literally working out every other day. And I'm like, why I can't do this? And something clicks in my head and it's like, but Troy, you can. I was like, all right, bet. So now my schedule is packed. Packed. You feel me? My schedule is at a point where I'm like, I get to get up, I have to go to work, then I have to come home, take off my clothes, change my street clothes, and go back outside. I Grubhub just to get a few more extra dollars. Then I come back at a reasonable time and work out. Now, at first, 30 minutes, 40 minutes here, whatever, just something. Man, first getting down on that floor before I even got a yoga mat, I wasn't even thinking about doing the sit up. Not one. I wasn't even thinking about doing a push up. Not one. I was like, all right, I just use these weights. And then I was like, yo, where can I get a cheap yoga mat? I went to did I go to Five? No, I did not go to Five Below first, but I did go to Marshalls and ended up finding one for like $7. Perfect. I use it now. I love it. It's the best. It is the best damn yoga mat. I'm probably gonna get another one in a minute because it get a little funky from time to time. So that I don't care how much you wipe it down, the shit get funky. Um, so then I was like, all right, bet. So slowly I started incorporating other things. So I got me a 10-pound medicine ball that I use. Um, the weights I got some new weights that I'm about to actually get into as well. And I started uplifting it. So then I was like, but I did what I knew to do. You feel me? I did what I knew to do first. And mind you, we're talking about the beginning. And I was like, oh, so that's a couple of jumping jacks, a little squatties. So our timelines usually be inundated with motherfuckers that either work out, if you allow your timeline to be that, and it usually is. I was like, oh, okay, damn, I see a nigga working out. I was like, yes, I want to get there eventually one day. Bro, when I tell you, I found this guy. He is from New Orleans. His name is Omar Fit. I would see Omar's workouts and I say, well, why can't I do that? So I started adding them. And I would add, like, if he did a full body thing, I added the full body into it and kept pushing and kept moving and didn't stop. So now we're talking end of April. We're talking end of April. We don't count April, but May, June, July, August, September, October, and now November. November 25th, 6ish will be 7 consecutive months that I have worked out religiously. I work out 3 to 5 times out of the week. Period, point blank. There is no time for that. Other than your rest time, like I say maybe Monday and Tuesday are usually my rest days, but the vast majority of it, I am 3 to 5 times out of the week at best. And then there's some nights I gotta go into it and get here, find stories, and put everything together for the show, all that stuff, which again sometimes becomes nerve-wracking. I'm being honest. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to nobody. Sometimes you be tired and you just have to do what you had to do. So now we're talking. I have cut down my carbohydrates. I have cut down my sugars. I have stopped eating red meat. I stopped eating pork. I also started intermittent fasting as well. And it was very important to do that and have that be a part of my routine. And I did that. So my intermittent fasting and the way in which I do it that works for me, again, will not work for everyone else. And I like to please preface this by saying I am not a healthcare professional. So do not look towards what you think is my success to make it yours. But if it helps you to take bits and pieces of this, more than like, yo, take it, run with it. So I then when I fast, oh, that was where I was. When I fast. So when I fast, I stop eating around 6, 7, 8, maybe might be the latest. And I don't eat again until about 12, 1 the next day in the afternoon. The reason for that is because your body actually burns off more calories while you're sleeping, especially if you're getting a good night's sleep. What I believe is that this has also curbed my sleep apnea as well. I am not jolted out of my sleep. I don't sweat in my sleep, like unless I'm in a hot place. But I don't really sweat in my sleep like that. Yo, I've lost so much weight. I don't have a sweat shower where I feel like, damn, I'm trying. Like I can actually reach my toes, my peoples. I can reach my toes. Like I can literally go ahead and not that my feet was dirty. Let's be clear. I'm just gonna put that out there. But I can literally wash thoroughly and just feel so much better and reach in places that I felt like I wasn't able to reach before. And that sounds crazy, but it's so great. So mentally, what has this done? I have done this journey technically by myself. Shout out to Omar.fit, because technically not really, but I've technically done this journey by myself with no help. But I said I did not want to die. I had to figure out my whys. When I tell you from 2019 to 2022, I've had so much pertinent information that's come from me, which is nothing but God, that it's been crazy. And I want to shout out my cousin Stephen Cooper. I'm saying your name, your full name, brother. And the reason why I'm saying your full name is because what you said to me in sheer just regular conversation changed the trajectory of my life. When this man said to me, and he is diesel, and it's been diesel my whole life since we were kids. Since we were kids, since I was a kid. This man has been cotton diesel my whole life. I said to him, I asked him one day, I said, well, what makes you work out so hard? And he said to me, I work out this hard because I do something that most people won't do. And that phrase, him just saying that, changed my life. It was something that stuck with me even through the ups, the downs, and the failures of it, that stuck with me and made me think about it. And I hit him today because he's one of the people that I didn't really see that commented in that picture. And I was like, you know what? Let me send this to you because I have to tell you that still sticks with me to this day. That I do something that most people won't do. I realized something else about that. So I'm gonna go into a few more things and we're gonna get out of here. So in this journey, I'll be honest with you, I have been in I've been in this basement and been in full-fledged tears. And been in full-fledged tears, like bro, either not necessarily in pain, but just like, nigga, you just did this. You're at like 130 crunches. What are you talking about? You're at like 50 push-ups. like you have a definition in your chest. Like what is going on? And it's humbling. If it's nothing else, the shit is fucking humbling. Like I am so humbled that I'm able to do it when most people are not. I realize like when I show people, because you have to show people, because people meeting you at this, they're like, oh, you've always been like this. Nah, bruh, I was fat. I was fat. I was unhealthy. I was depressed. Um, I actually noticed and thinking back on the depression, um, I if you actually look at the picture, and to be honest with you, I looked at the one side, which was the before, and just the sheer look of my skin, um, the the size of my face, just everything that just didn't feel it just didn't feel right. It wasn't. It just wasn't right. It lowered my sex drive. I didn't want to for a while. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. And it did a lot of that. It did. I was very much so depressed, and I didn't notice it because at the end of the day, in front of everyone, it's very, oh, I'm still Troy. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. Da, 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 all that shit. But a lot of times, all of that hides the fact that I am insecure as fuck. That I am like hurting, but don't want to ask for help. Don't want to ask for help because I'm supposed to always be strong. I'm always the one that you're supposed to look at to be the strongest. And it's just not true. So that is why in this I was very much so like, yo, I'm going through. I am literally going through. And I didn't, and again, like I said, I did not realize it. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it until, and I'm not out of the woods. Like, let me be very, very clear. Yes, is that transformation huge? Absolutely. Am I out of the woods? Hell nah, bruh. Hell nah. Ain't nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. I still got hella shit to go. Um, but I would, and this is just being blatantly candid and blatantly honest. Like I would look at other people that were in shape, other men primarily, and I'll call it what you want to, no pause. It just is really what it was, and I'd be like, damn, I'll never get there. Like fuck that, I'll never get there. Fuck that. It is what it is. Or I would be in my shit like, man, fuck that. I'm a good size. I'm round. What you mean? Nah. It wasn't until I was already preemptively trying to be on the journey, but seeing so much shit happen around me that made me be like, nah, you gotta get in this. That was another reason. I also had a resident one time that asked me while I was in the midst of this, and this had to be 2019, 2020, and be like, I had to be like, she told me, and she was a trainer, and she told me to find my why. And now to go over this, to be very honest, my why became many different things. So it wasn't just one why. It was many different things. One of the reasons happened to be my brother. That was huge on my list. My little sister had my niece, and I did not want to show up and present for her in her older years to see me just average. I wanted her to see me win. I wanted her to see me and feel the way that my sister feels about me that I know on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying to you? I wanted to show up and win. However, that does still come with sacrifice because I got to get through this journey to even get there. But that was still a why. Um, and then, like I said, everybody around me, everything around me wasn't doing this. You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember doing Grubhub and being like, and I would tell people I had lost 20 pounds or I was happy and I was excited about it. And people were like, well, damn, how did you do it? And I would show like before and after pictures, not like this one, but because this one, that one right there, this one hit a little different. However, I would go through it and be like, you know, going through the things and going through the motions. However, at that time, I was also still smoking. I actually stopped smoking in April. I was smoking cigarettes, heavy as shit. Let's be clear. So now, not only was I eating wrong, drinking, and smoking, I was doing all of this shit, all of this shit that was so super self-destructive. And I did not look at it because I was happy and everybody else around me was doing it. What the fuck? You only stick out in the pack when you do something that most people won't do. And again, that is why that phrase stuck with me so deeply, bruh, like so deeply. And again, it's just so much love for that. So in the journey, I said, well, a few things need to start happening then. Like, I'm not smoking. I still vape every now and again, probably more times than not. Let me replace that. I ain't gonna sit here and hold nobody that I don't, but it is not as abrasive as it was with cigarettes, like because that was a lot. Um, so I ended up deciding to do a couple of other journeys as well, like my skincare routine had become a thing, and this is as of recently, about a couple of months ago. Um, so I use this company. They're also on Instagram. They're Black owned. And one of their slogans that got me was, if you have melanin, you need to use this product. And I was like, I mean, I do got melanin. So light as it may be, I still have melanin. So I was like, you know what? All right, let me try. I liked it. So I bought the $75 kit from Butter, Buttah. I bought Butter and I love it. It came with the cleanser, an astringent, a vitamin D oil, and the shea butter along with astringent pads. When I tell you I go through that routine, I don't go through it every night as much as I used to in the beginning, but I do still do the routine, and it is so good. I also found in Target Black Girl sunscreen. Black people, okay? I understand we got melanin. I get that. I get that. Okay. But sometimes you still melanin still need a shield. It's still skin. You know what I'm saying to you? And I have it's SPF 50 at least, especially for now, for the fall time. If we can get to 55, 60 something, I probably get something a little bit higher. If you go 30 and under on your SPF, you don't give a shit about yourself. Because what are you getting burnt by other than maybe a light bulb? So you need to make decisions. Um, so I also use that, and I actually try to use the sunscreen pretty much a little bit more religiously throughout the day. Although the one thing I hate about sunscreen, to be honest with you, you have to like really rub that in because sunscreen gets white and filmy, and you got to kind of like really rub that in. And sometimes it take a little minute. Some people like, look, I ain't got the kind of time. I gotta get on the store. It is what it is. But I try to use it as often as possible. However, this butter situation, freaking amazing. Skin looks really, really good. Like, I'll be honest with you, I tried to use something else, and it may have been because the product was older and it had sat for a minute. So I tried to use something else to see if I could like kind of like balance and say, oh, I can use one of these. It broke my skin out immediately. I said, oh my God. So to correct it and fix it, I put the butter on, did it one night, shea butter moisturizer, everything went back to normal immediately because I had like inflammation. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, acne and pimples and shit. And I was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. What is going on? But it probably was from, not even probably, it was from whatever I was using before. So I said, all right, let me get rid of that. Let me just stick with the butter situation. And it's been making my skin a lot more even, a lot more glowy. Of course, I drink a lot of water. So that's also helping as well. Also, I was also using the Goldie gummies, which is also a thing, which I will get back onto my Goldie gummies. None of these are sponsorships. However, if they would like to, they are more than welcome to help a young brother out. A struggling little channel out. I would love for that to be the case. However, the oh, and then also, no, wait, hold on. Let me retract. Before I get off topic. So yeah, so my skin routine was really good. So then TikTok is a thing. TikTok is a thing. Let me tell you. I also found a hair care system that I wanted to use. Well, first of all, I already knew about like hymns and all that good stuff. So I did end up buying the hymns um hair care thickening system. I actually got that from Target. So that is really actually really dope. I'm a man of a particular age. I'm 39 years old. Let me be very clear. So next year is my 40th birth is gonna be my 40th birthday. So shit ain't going right. Shit just happening because of the weight gain that created a lot of follicle damage. It also, in turn, um, is 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 gonna make it's gonna leave spottage. It's gonna leave all those things. Um, One thing about my family, or especially the men in my family in particular, like there's not a lot of history to go on, so I don't really know like what that is. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, I don't know who may have had baldness before. Am I missing something? Was there a great grandfather that I don't know? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of history there that's not. So yes, am I getting the male pattern baldness? Absolutely. It was happening in the back. I will say that it is getting a lot better, and I know it's going to take time to do so. So this is like maybe my third treatment with hymns. Yeah, with hymns. So it's coming along. They also have the biotin gummies. So the biotin is making my hair stronger, my skin glowier, and my nails actually harder as well, which is really weird, but that is what it is. Um, so that's another thing that I do, and those are routines that I have also incorporated. So now not only am I doing all of the things that I did before, because they're now all coming second nature, I'm also working out. I'm also taking care of my damn skin. I'm also um trying to take care of internally as well. Because me going out to a restaurant is very much ugly. It's very much substitution. I do a lot of substitutions. I just substitute it if I can avoid it. Or like, the regular things that you normally would get. I have no idea why this country is so obsessed with bacon. I don't understand. It is delicious. I understand. I get that. But I don't understand why it's on everything. I'm like, why is it on everything? Like, I literally will say no bacon. Like, assalamu alaikum, no pork for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it. I just don't want it. Stop. But bacon is on everything. So like, and it's so weird because you'll go be like, oh, like, I get my wife. She loves the club. She loves the club sandwich, but she likes like the chicken salad club sandwich from Wawa's. Don't judge us. That's I like it. Wawa's low key the shit. Don't judge us. Um, so she'll get that, but we of course we have to go in and take off the bacon in it on thing on the app, and the it's so funny because it's so counterintuitive because you have you take the bacon off, but you still have an extra piece of bread. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm just gonna sit here and say it's a lot. Now, what I want to say also about this journey, like I said, I've gone through the tears and all of that good old stuff. However, the benefits, the benefits, chef's kiss, chef's kiss, the benefits. So all my clothes fit and don't fit at the same goddamn time. How you feel about that? Um, but before I go into that, actually, let me tell y'all one other thing before I go into that. My motherfucking playlist, find you a good playlist. Whether it is someone who has created the playlist and you like the majority of the songs on it, or create one your goddamn self. I have a nasty workout playlist. My nasty workout playlist, let me see if I can tell y'all what the fuck is on this goddamn playlist. When I tell y'all, my playlist is disgusting. It is disgusting. And the reason that the playlist is disgusting is because I felt like the sexual charge would adapt well to working out because of the energy that it would give. But when I tell you, I don't even know if I can get it on this phone because it's not on this one. But when I tell you, my shit is like it starts off with like throat baby and WAP and all type of shit. Oh, it is disgusting. And I am down here like a low key motherfucking stripper. Okay. out here. And when people be like, I have Megan knees. I am not gonna lie to you. They are back. I am down here. Oh god, it sounds bad to say that you on your knees, but I'm down here working out. My squats are really, really good. And I literally have the Megan Thee Stallion knees at this point because I be in this bitch getting it. Do you hear me? I gets to the stripper bag out here, which also may be another reason that let me see where is it? It's two, and I have 297 songs on this bitch. It is a lot. This motherfucker goes from Throat Baby by BRS Cash, Nasty by the Baby, WAP with Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B, Up, Not Tonight by Lil Kim, Rich Sex with Nicki Minaj, Me So Horny with Two Live Crew, We Want Some Pussy but Two Live Crew, Pussy Poppin', Doing It by LL Cool J, 3435 with Ariana Grande. I got some more shit in here. I got the Pussy Valley song with Me Tune and Neza on here. OnlyFans with Dirt Road Comp and Kojo on here. Comp's Django. It's just it's a Plies nasty. I don't even know how much nasty you get. Erica Banks with Toot That. I got like two different versions of that shit. One with Dream Dog, one without. Uchi Wally on this bitch. Give Me Head too. I endorse these strippers. And then it gets weird because then it's like, can you handle it by Usher? Like when I tell you, if it has an innuendo, I got slapped at by my man Tony Crab, which is actually one of my favorites. I need that song to come back on. It doesn't seem to pop up as much. I need to figure that out. But when I tell y'all, it is so nigga, it is so weird. I have "Would You Mind" by Janet Jackson and "Anytime, Any Place." So sometimes I use those, like if I'm in the middle of what I'm doing, I use it, and if it slows down, I slow down the rap and I ISO the rap of what I'm doing. So that's why sometimes there's a upbeat movement, and then there's the lower beats as well. But yes, when I tell you they are many sexually charged as songs as well. But I am down here like a fucking low key ass stripper in this bitch. It is so much. But find you a good playlist. Music helps everything. It helps me. I actually now work out at least almost an hour and a half to 2 hours. Because I also have that's another thing. I also start off with yoga, and I also do meditation just to be grounded and humble. Now I don't usually sit because my legs still kind of don't fully sit in the Indian style way like that for a long time because I'm not a kid. I'm definitely an adult. But I will meditate as well, kind of before the workout, just to be grounded and hearing. And I want to hear my body. I want my body to tell me I got a little more in me, or yeah, nigga, this is it. You know what I mean? Like I really, really want to. Another reason that I'm very happy that I did all of this by myself is that it showed me that there's a level of determination that cannot be stopped. In addition to that, another reason that I don't go to the gym, that is fucked up, don't judge me. I feel y'all judging me. I hear y'all judging me. Another reason that I don't go to the gym is that because underneath my workout clothes, I like to be naked, and sometimes like I wear a pair of tights, and I won't wear the shorts because I'm in the house, but I enjoy being naked underneath my clothes. There it is. Okay. Now, before we go, let's go into the benefits for real this time. So the benefits, none of my clothes fit and don't fit at the same time. Weirdest shit ever. All of my pants, my dress pants need to be taken in, which I'm gonna get to, or I'm going to be buying some new. I'm probably gonna be buying some new stuff anyway because I just want a certain look now, in the silhouette. And in addition, all of my shirts that had buttons, and I mean shit that is slim fit, that would be still an extra large, but I still got hella shoulder, but now it's trimming down. Um, Even some of the slim fit shirts throw me because at one point The buttons were hanging on for dear life. Do you hear me? The life of the deer. Deer of the life. Dear life. When I tell you they are not, my gig line is straight. I said, well, wait a motherfucking minute. What the fuck? I no longer am in my clothes, especially after work. Like work, I used to hate, and I still hate dressing up, to be honest with you. But I used to really, really hate dressing up because of the fact that I felt like my clothes were so binding. Like I just couldn't breathe. And like I didn't want to walk around. And sometimes I used to walk and tour. Now I love it, especially because I'm downtown now. But that's a whole story for another day. Anyway, um, but my clothes used to be so binding, like I could not wait to get out of my clothes. I just couldn't. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I'm damn near nudist. Anyway, so no, I'm not. But another benefit. Sweet Mary, Joseph, and all the disciples. New body, who this? All the sex. This I'm telling you because my wife wanted me to tell you. The sex is amazing. New body, who this? P.S. And by the way, I don't give a fuck what no nigga say. Okay? I don't give a fuck what a nigga say. But I can see it. Now I have to look down like that. This is fucked up. I can see it now. Okay. Let me tell you. Ha, bruh. What? And every day I don't like this is again entirely too much information, but I'm going to give it to you because I don't give a fuck anymore. Every day I can look down at it. And it's a little chunky for no reason. Like it's not hard. There's no okay. Oh wow, way too much. If you made it this far in the video, kudos to you. I'm sorry for you to be insulted by my bullshit, but it is what it is. But I can definitely look down at it and be thankful. I'm sorry. But I can. I can look down at it and be like, you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And I'll be honest, I think that having so much in front of it made me be like, again, very self-conscious. I was not happy in my body. I was not. And I can honestly 100% say that now that I was not happy in my body because I really genuinely was not fucking happy in my body. I was like, it's okay. Throw that shit on the table. Dick on the table because literally I was like, it is changed. Also, shout out to one last product that has also helped that change slightly. Again, this is something she don't even know about, but I'm telling y'all. If you Instagram will be the death of me and apparently the death of my bank account. My bank account is gone. It's gone. It's over. If you have gone or have seen, because Twitter is my porn, is my corn, sorry. is if you have seen the Hidden Vault on Instagram, check it out. That's all I'm gonna say. It's where I think they sell the Rose toy, they sell all type of other sexual toys and third. However, they have male enhancement, and how even enhancement? It'll say what it is in there. However, they did have a massage oil. I will say this. It ain't let you down. It ain't letting you down. I'm just saying. I was never, and I don't have to put on for nobody else. I'm not really necessarily just telling y'all my dick size. I'm not Charlamagne. I don't give a fuck. That ain't the point. However, did it give me a level of confidence? Yes. And now being able to see it very clearly, I don't even have to bend down as hard. You know what I'm saying? Dude? I can literally, you know what I'm just seeing it. Just seeing it makes it so much better. So again, another benefit was that yes, was there a little bit of extra going on with it? Absolutely. I'm a man of a particular age. There's some shit that it's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. All you little young niggas, you can fuck all your motherfucking life out. Okay? But this is gonna happen. Speaking of fucking your life out, I'm glad I said that too before I leave. So it is November, and I participated, past tense, I participated in No Nut November. I did it from the 1st, made it to the 9th. I did 9 days. God bless you. it's so much. But here's the reason why, because everyone was like, well, you're a married man. Like, why would you do that? Frank, booty do come on demand. It is, I will say that, it is definitely a lot more booty on demand. And I got mad. The whole story, we'll talk about that another day. But I will say I did participate in it for another reason, which was the semen retention. It was not about, oh, can I make it? I needed that. So if anybody got bombarded with it is in my circle about, hey, the No Nut November, me trying it, I appreciate y'all for loving me and loving me through that and be like, hey, Troy, whatever the fuck you want to do, just do it. When I tell y'all the benefits to that, I ain't mad. I'm not mad. I get the semen retention. Again, I do things, shout out to Steve, I do things that most people won't do. When I tell y'all horny fucking bastards, when I tell, fuck all y'all niggas, here's the reason why. All y'all motherfuckers like, oh, I couldn't do that shit. Yo, we've been programmed to beat our shit since at least 10 to 12 years old. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, when y'all got separated in that class, each class talked about something a little bit different. You feel what I'm saying to you? And hell, we were still in the 90s, so it was very antiquated and told us some bullshit like we would go blind. Don't let these glasses fool you. My family was always going to be blind. But when I tell you, like, day 1 was fine. But by the time we got to day 5, I was like, yeah, this is a bit much. 6 and 7 is enlightenment. Day 7 was a lot of enlightenment. So I started to in the beginning portions of it, and it's just semen retention. And the benefits for semen retention, especially for some of the things that I've read, have been hair growth, of course, which is one of the things. Your testosterone levels are up. It makes your workouts better, so on and so forth. And that's the main reason that I was doing it, and still will probably continue to go back and forth. I'll probably intermittently do it and won't do it as hardcore. Like, yo, if you go into some of these chat rooms of the No Nut November, you'd be like, God damn, like, y'all niggas is, what the fuck? It's not that deep. But it made me really come into myself. Bad choice of words. It's horrible, fucking horrible choice of words. It's live and I can't edit it. That was bad. But it made me really come into my own. Maybe I should say that. Let's say that. Okay. So it really did. It made me come into my own. It made me really actually embrace my manhood. Again, bad choice of words, but not what I mean. But it made, again, if you made it this far in this video or this recording, I love you. I love you for this. So it made me really understand a lot. It made sex. It made sex amazing. Now, I will preemptively say I had to love me first before I got there, because let me be very, very honest. Okay, day 9 was like, look, bitches, I cannot. Okay. To curb the urges, which I probably should have done a lot more. I should have definitely worked out a lot more. However, I would be working out every 15 minutes if that was the case. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I was weak. I will get back in. I probably won't get back in. I don't know if I'll do it for this month yet, just to, say it to be done. I will say this. The first one was everything. And I understand why sex is like chasing the dragon. It is very much so that, because I was like, sweet Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the disciples. Because once you get back into the groove of things, oh my. And I enjoy pornography. I'm sorry. I enjoy pornography. We can't say that word on YouTube. So I ain't gonna lie to you. It's art to me. Okay, it's all up and through my damn Twitter timeline. Judge your mammy, because I'm not gonna be the one to be judged. I will not. However, Yeah, so it really did, but it really did. And some of the benefits were, um, one of the things, and I thought that they were bullshitting until it actually happened. One of the things they would say was that people are going to have a willingness to do things for you, and I was wondering, like, why? Like, what the fuck? I will tell you, I went to go get something to eat. I will not say what place, but I went to go get something to eat, and I wanted extra chicken on what I got, and I never asked. And then I got extra chicken. I was like, mind you, this is like day three. So, man, we sit back and we completely waste. And I'm gonna tell you what the after effect after the Jo after you know what I'm saying what that felt like too. But we sit back and we really waste our life force because when you really think about, I'm not saying everybody don't want to get a good one. I ain't saying that. I am saying maybe if we hold back because it's everyday thing. Nigga, let me tell y'all something. Before that, I was doing the shit in the morning to wake up, at night because I'm hard in the morning. I gotta wake up and get it together before I leave out the house, or trying to get me some before I leave out the house, or then at night to go to sleep. And if you want, you know, all of the things. It's just so much. It's a lot. I will say to get the first one by myself originally, because like it was that extreme. It was so much pressure and pressure bust pipes, and that pipe needed to be bust. Ooh, again, wordplay. I'm a wordsmith out here. Um, but yeah, when I tell you, I literally it just almost didn't feel the same anymore. It was like kind of like, why am I doing this again? And what by that I meant like, you know, after masturbating again, and I'm like, what? Like, what's the point? Like, I almost felt like that. I just kind of felt like that. Like, what is the point? So it will change you. It will change you. 9 days kind of change, but you also have to think I was also still working out very hard. I'm very at this point very in tune with my body as much as I possibly can be, and listening to it. You know what I'm saying to you? And then even with that, Obstacle said something to me, a couple of things to me, in regards to that just the spiritual ramifications of seminal retention. So we had a good conversation about it, and I was just like, you know what? It seems weird, it seems crazy, but again, I do the shit that most motherfuckers won't do. Now I ain't gonna Kevin Gates it out this bitch because you know Kevin, it's a lot. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And that's me listening to my body and my body saying, we're not ready for that. We're not ready for that. And that's a whole lot. Um, but, you know, definitely try it, add it to your routine if you can. If you can't, that's also fine too. Like, you can still go on about your life and you ain't going to do that. But you're not going to do bad at all. But I just think that through this journey, I have learned through this journey of discovery, I'm finding you, I'm finding me. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And yes, I was off key because I'm tired. But yeah, so I would really honestly say that I've learned a lot. I have sacrificed a lot. I am excited to see what the next chapter of my life. Let me tell you something. If one more person tells me, maybe like, you 40 well. Like, yo, when I tell you the crazy shit happened to me, I toured somebody the other day. And when I tell you, this man said to me, we were just talking, and me and him started clicking. We started clicking. We were talking about hip hop. We were talking about comic books. We were talking about everything, and we just started clicking. And I was like, you know, because I'm 39. I'm about to be 40. He said, "Where?" I said, "Oh my God." Well, I said, "What?" And he said it like, "They like where?" I was like, "Oh my God." He was like, "Yo," and he was a white guy. He was like, "Yo, black does not crack." I was like, "Unless you smoke it." Um, but you gotta really try to keep yourself in the best spirits. I'm really, kind of praying for everybody to stay in the best spirits, stay humble about it. And it's gonna be difficult. It is difficult. This is my first holiday working out and changing my eating habits. So like when it comes to it, it's maybe turkey and gravy. You know what I'm saying to you? more collard greens versus, you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally have to kind of figure out how this is going to be structured. I'm not probably planning on going vegan. Vegan just doesn't appeal to me, and I don't want to make all of those choices like that. But if my body craves it, I want to be able to listen to my body, and that's what I think that you all should do is listen to your body. Don't make excuses for the bullshit though, because if you already know that it's bullshit, then what difference is it? Don't do that. Don't do that. But listen to your body. If you know, like if you're hearing it and it doesn't sound right and it's just whatever. Like, let me tell you something. Once I started smoking cigarettes, I didn't have a cough anymore. I am not as congested. Yo, I wake up every day. I wish I would lie. I wish I was lying to y'all. I wake up every day feeling amazing. Like, I want to say, and I don't, but I really do. I really, really, really do. Another great thing is before I go is the reaction. Like, honestly, first of all, that before and after picture, you're talking about, yes, that was 2019, and yes, we're in 2022. So that took a lot of work. But honestly, the vast majority of the work has come in 2022. Like, the vast majority of that work came in 2022. And my starting point was 265 pounds. I am allegedly, because I still don't know, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second, but I am down to 225, or allegedly down to 225. The reason why I say allegedly is because I only weigh myself 2 times out of the year. And I actually said this to the physical training that I met yesterday. I was like, I only weigh myself 2 times out of the year because those are the happiest times for me. You know what I'm saying? Too, I love Christmas, which is the time I'm going to weigh myself, which will be December 25th, which is also on that post. And in addition, I weigh myself on my birthday. So that's at least like 6-7 months before that. So, you know, you got a good time frame of, you know, when things are happening. If your birthday is really close to Christmas or around Christmas, I guess I ain't gonna help you. But because you can't say, like, if your birthday is like December, like my mom's December 19th and December 25th, like, if that's the only 2 times that you're weighing yourself, then nothing happened. But just to have such, because I have a summer birthday, and then you're thinking about Christmas, which is the end of the year, it starts off your new year right. And mentally, my new year actually does start in July. Like, my new year starts in July. This new person that I'm bringing in right now is set for July. So I'm super excited about that. But I think that pretty much covers the vast majority of everything. Um, yeah, I don't think I've left any stones unturned, and I really, really appreciate y'all for listening. So if you have listened to this today, like, share, subscribe, tell Obese get his ass back in here, but he will. But I really appreciate it. Like I said, oh, the last thing I wanted to say was the reactions. The reaction to, before I go, the reaction to the photo was one thing, which was so, so greatly appreciated. I have like marveled at this picture because I am even impressed, because when you're in it and you're in your body, you're like, oh shit, this shit just is happening. I guess I don't know. Whatever. I'm doing it because I'm doing it because then I had to go. I get to go back to your whys and say, okay, I'm doing it for these reasons. This is why I'm doing it. But when you're in your body, you don't see it quite that way. Like, I did definitely see some things, and I'm seeing definitions and everything kind of coming together. And I'm like, all right, cool. But the impact that it had to see, this is 2019 and this is 2022 version of yourself. Oh, that's a lot. So that was one thing. Another thing was the Halloween party. When people have not seen you in a while, and everyone has this look on their face like, oh, you, oh, you was serious. Oh, you meant that. Oh, you was doing that for real. Oh, that wasn't. You was okay. Okay. Like, most people are okay. And man, it's always so great to meet new people and be like, I'll be like, yeah, I'm about to be 40, da, 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 and everybody's confused. everyone is confused. Everyone is like, "What are you doing?" And it feels so great. But everybody is, excuse me, thoroughly confused. Like they just be like, "Oh my god!" Like, and I never thought. I guess I never thought that I would be that person. You know what I'm saying? Like I never thought that I would be that person. But because the journey is so real, like yo, when I tell you, it shakes my soul when people say it. I showed the fitness instructor that we met yesterday. Me and my guy TJ at work that we met yesterday. I showed her that picture, and she said, "Well, damn." I said, "Oh, you know what? Okay, y'all. Ain't nobody. You see, this is why you should tell your friends, hey, I love you, but I think you gained a little bit of weight." Oh, and the last thing I forgot to tell you guys, I did forget to say about my why was also, and this is one of the most important whys, was my wife. The reason why was because my wife has always been a big woman. This has never been a secret. It ain't a shame to nobody that don't know us personally. It is what it is. However, after seeing all of the things that was happening and all of the atrocities that just kind of captivate us as a people all the time, I said, I don't want to make these changes and then become quote unquote the husband is like, why you ain't doing it? This, that, and the third. Da, da, da. I didn't want to be that guy. But what I did want to do was show that what I am doing is working. And if you want to take a piece of that, here you go. And I want you to be as great as I am. And I want you to be better than I am. And I want you to continue to move. I want us to build together. I want us to do it together. And we don't. And that's been our on and off battle. Like from the times that she's been really into it to the times that I've been like, fuck it. But I bet there's been more times than not that I've been like, fuck it. There's been more times than not that I have been like, fuck it. So for me, this journey right now is so significant. I told my cousin the other day, I said, I am in the fight of my life, the fight for my life. And I really am. I 100% am. I realize that Black folk got to give ourselves a fighting chance. And we're hearing a lot. We're hearing a lot of different information. And you gotta pick and choose what works for you. The next thing that I want to do is I definitely want to add some more holistic stuff. Like I love sea. I don't like the taste of sea moss and the texture of sea moss, but I did get it in gummies from another place called Holistic Vibes. I am going to probably in this video when I get it down and all that stuff. I might even see if I can link some of that stuff into the description so you guys know what I use. And you can also go check it out for yourself and tell them I sent you to have them contact me. So always a plus. Anyway, it has gotten a little lengthy and I probably have to pee from sitting here for God knows how long at this point. But I absolutely love y'all. But real talk, before we go, as always, I like to end every show. Fear, false evidence appearing real. It's only real in your mind if you make it real in your mind. And if you can make the things real in your mind first, you can accomplish anything. And I am here to be an advocate. I was definitely not this person 2 years ago. Absolutely the hell not. If I can do it, if I can do it, you can do it too. Absolutely. So once again, don't forget you can find us on all of our social medias. And don't forget you can also make sure you go and stream Lavish from my man Obstacle Beats and also his project as well. He's working on a few things. So again, we will be back real soon. Hopefully together, or I'll figure out what I'm going to do next week. Who knows, but we'll make it happen and we'll give another episode, another show. This was not bad with just myself. I was a little nervous doing it by myself, but again, I love to do this. I will probably be more into the ratchet and ridiculousness and also give you another topic depending on what and where I am. Or, hey, if you have topic suggestions, I still have the podcast@gmail.com. So make sure y'all go ahead and put those suggestions in there as well. Aside from that, we love y'all. We out. Actually, I'm out. Peace.